Dealing with people is probably the biggest problem you face. No matter if you're a business owner, housewife, architect, engineer, or a student. Research shows 15% of our financial success is due to one's technical knowledge, and about 85% is due to skill in human engineering. That is how you build relationships with others and your ability to lead people. 5 critical principles mentioned in this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, will help you make friends quickly and also lead people effectively. But there is one requirement to get most out of this video. And the requirement is pretty simple. A deep, driving desire to learn. A vigorous determination to increase your ability to deal with people. And how can you develop such an urge? Well, constantly remind yourself how important these principles are to you. So let's start with first principle. Become genuinely interested in other people. There was a study done of telephone conversation to find out which word is the most frequently used. And that word was personal pronoun. I. It was used 3,900 times in 500 telephone conversations. Let me ask you a question. When you see a group photograph that you are in, whose picture do you look for first? Yours. If you give the same photograph to another friend in which he is also there, whose picture he will look for first? His own. So here is a harsh truth, my friend. People are not interested in you. They are not interested in me. They are interested in themselves, day and night. If you want to make friends, be genuinely interested in them. If you want students to like you, be genuinely interested in them. You want co-workers to respect your opinion? Be genuinely interested in them. You want customers to buy from you? Be genuinely interested in them. This might require time, energy, and unselfishness from you. But remember this. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Let's move on to the principle number 2. Remember that person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Sometimes it is difficult to pronounce a name, particularly when it is hard to pronounce. Rather than even try to learn it, many people ignore it or call the person by an easy nickname. Let me tell you a story. A person named Mark Levy started working at a new job. He was introduced to one of his colleagues named Nicodemus Papadopoulos. Levy got to know most people just called him Nick. But Levy decided to make an extra effort by calling Nick with his real name. When Levy greeted Nick with his full name, "Good afternoon, Mr. Nicodemus Papadopoulos," he was shocked. For a minute, there was no reply from him. Finally, he said with an emotional tone, "Mr. Levy, in all the 15 years I have been in this country, nobody has ever made an effort to call me by my right name. Most people don't remember names for the simple reason that they don't take time and energy necessary to concentrate and repeat and fix names indelibly in their minds. They make an excuse for themselves. I'm too busy." But they were probably no busier than Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was the President of the United States. He always used to take time to remember and recall even the names of mechanics with whom he came into contact. When you remember someone's name, it shows them that they are important to you, and it can help you build good rapport. Principle number 3. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. One day, Arthur was waiting in a line to register a letter in the post office. Author noticed the clerk at the office was kinda not happy. So he thought of making him feel special sincerely, which is sometimes hard and especially with strangers. But the author made an extra effort to find something. So while clerk was weighing author's envelope, author said with enthusiasm, "I wish I had your head of hair." He looked up, half startled, his face beaming with smiles. He was immensely pleased, and they carried on a pleasant little conversation. And the last thing he said to the author, "Many people have admired my hair." Author then told this story once in public, and a man asked afterwards, "What did you want to get out of him?" Author said, "If we are so contemptibly selfish that we can't radiate a little happiness and pass on a bit of honest appreciation without trying to get something out of other person in return, we shall meet the failure while making friends and influence people in all walks of life." You want the approval of those whom you come in contact. You want the recognition of your true worth. You want a feeling that you are important in your little world. You don't want to listen to a cheap, insincere flattery, but you do crave sincere appreciation. All of us want to attract countless friends and constant happiness. So, let's obey this golden rule. Always make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. And how, when, and where can you do that? The answer is all the time and everywhere. Principle number 4. Show respect for the other person's opinion. Never say you are wrong. Tony was a teenager. He said to his elder brother, "Watching TV for 10 hours is good because it keeps me engaged." Brother said, "No, that's wrong. You shouldn't watch TV for this long. It has adverse effects on your eyes, brain, and overall health." What do you think Tony would have responded? Well, he never agreed to his elder brother. After a week, Tony said the same thing to his mom. "Mama, watching TV for 10 hours a day is good because it keeps me engaged." Mama said, "That's nice, Tony. You like to watch TV. I had a little bit of different understanding, but let's find out." Then they went over some question answers and what all the studies done on it. After 10 minutes of discussion, Tony said to his mama, "Mama, going forward, I'll watch TV for only 30 minutes a day." Do you see the difference? If you tell them they are wrong, do you think they will agree with you? Never! Because you have directly punched at their intelligence, judgment, pride, and self-respect. That will make they want to punch back. And as a result, they will never agree with you no matter how logically right you are. So never begin by announcing, "I'm going to prove so and so to you." That means you are indirectly saying, "I'm smarter than you." If you are going to prove anything, don't let anybody know it. Do it subtly, so adroitly that no one will feel that you are doing it. Next time, if anyone makes a statement that you think is wrong, you can start your response with, "I thought otherwise, but I may be wrong." You can also say, let's examine the facts." Principle number 5. Let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. No one likes to feel that he or she is being sold something or told to do a thing. We much prefer to feel that we are acting on our own ideas. Take the case of Eugene Wesson. Mr. Wesson sold sketches for studio that created designs for stylists and textile manufacturers. The approach he was taking to sell his design was not yielding any results. After 150 failures, he studied what influences human behavior, and then he decided to take a new approach. He took all the unfinished sketches from his team and rushed over to the buyer's office. He said, "I want you to do a little favor for me, if you will. Here are some incomplete sketches. Could you please tell me how we could finish them up in such a way that you could use them?" The buyer looked at the sketches for a while without uttering a word. Mr. Wesson got his suggestions, took the sketches back to the studio, and had them finished according to buyer's ideas. The result? All accepted. After that, this buyer ordered scores of other sketches from Wesson, all drawn according to the buyer's ideas. Mr. Wesson said, "I realized why I had failed for years to sell him. I had urged him to buy what I thought he ought to have. Then I changed my approach completely. I urged him to give me his ideas. This made him feel that he was creating the design, and he was. I didn't have to sell him. He bought it." Letting the other person feel that the idea is his or hers not only works in business and politics, it works everywhere. If you apply all these 5 principles mentioned in this book, making friends and influencing people will be a piece of cake for you. This is Nikhil from Success Wheels. Make sure to grab a PDF summary of this video. Keep speaking, keep expressing. World is your stage.